Hi everyone, this is Anna and welcome back to Anna's Take with a Twist. Today we're going to talk about 6 things regarding the fantastic Season 1 trailer for the highly anticipated TV series Murderbot. Yes, I know, I'm very excited. I have a lot to say about that. I also just want to say that I find it very interesting that they are very shortly going to be filming something. I'm not sure what it is. However, the person said that they're doing a commercial. And I just want to say that they always say that they're filming a commercial, and they're hardly ever filming a commercial. I have no idea what they're filming. I just find it very interesting that everywhere I go, there's a film set. But then again, of course, I am in Toronto, so what else can I expect, really, right? Okay, so the first thing that we'll be talking about today is the reason that TV shows have trailers. After that, we're going to talk about a location that I've been to a lot of different times, and I know for sure it's confirmed in the newspaper that this location is where Murderbot was filmed, that part of the trailer. After that, we're going to talk a little bit about another scene that's also in the trailer. Then we'll talk about the rise and fall of Sanctuary Moon. So yes, the show within a show. I'm very excited about that. Of course, then we have to talk about the song Stuck in the Middle with You, and then saving the best for last, which is Alexander Skarsgård and his amazing acting. So I'm very excited. There's a lot of information, so I do have my notes with me. I'm probably going to be referring to them because there's a lot of information. Okay, so the main reason that TV shows have trailers is to create interest and excitement about the actual series itself. Now, if it's a new series like the Murderbot series, then they will introduce the show, Murderbot, and then of course the characters, the tone, so the overall feeling or the mood, and then of course the visual expectations are all part of the trailer and what the audience can expect when they actually start watching the program. So in the Season 1 trailer for the Murderbot series, orange text just kind of like periodically just pops up out of nowhere and tells us things about the show that we need to know, like that it's on Apple TV+, that it is an Apple TV+ series original. Original series, sorry. At the same time that the show is based on the best-selling novels. Then we see Alexander Skarsgård's name, so now we know that he is the star of the show. And then after that, when we can expect it, so we see the date of May 16th. Then we see the title, Murderbot, and then of course we see that, Murderbot is built to destroy. And then we're also told that Murderbot is forced to connect. And then once again, we see the title of the show called Murderbot. Couple all of that information with what we're going to be discussing in today's video. And I'm just going to predict that Murderbot is going to be a huge success. So yes, I'm very excited. So since trailers show a lot of different scenes in a lot of different locations, we're going to be going to a location that, once again, I said is confirmed. And I've been to this location lots of times. As soon as I saw that in the trailer, I'm like, I know where that is. So yes, I'm very excited. And here's a clip from the Apple TV Plus trailer for Murderbot, courtesy of Apple TV Plus.
I'm a security unit, or sec unit. I was built to protect and obey humans, and humans are idiots. But now that I've hacked my programming, I can do whatever I want, as long as they don't find out.
So I'm just going to say that I'm here on the grounds of the Hearn. This is how tall one of the stacks is. I just want to be clear that I am not trespassing. I'm just really lucky to actually be here on the actual property when I'm not working, so that's exciting. So as I've said, the clip that we just saw was actually filmed here inside of the Hearn, and the Hearn generating station is located at 440 Unwin Avenue. So the Never Eat Shredded Wheat is, Commissioner Street would be north, east is Leslie Street. Then, of course, we have Unwin Avenue, which is where we are right now. If I go 20 meters south from here, I'll be in Lake Ontario. Okay, maybe now like 50 meters. Anyway, and then west is Cherry Street. So I actually have been told by several different people that the Hearn is haunted, but apparently the person who has allowed me to come in here has said that no, it is not haunted, that they just say that. Sorry, that was my script there. So the Hearn, as it's better known, was actually decommissioned in 1983. So as you can see, it's pretty beat up, and it's actually quite locked up. So I'm just going to tell you that a lot of different things have been filmed here because Studios of America actually started leasing the property in 2002. And then in 2018, it actually bought the property. So it may not look like a generating station in the Murderbot TV series for the trailer, but this is what it looks like before the art department has actually done their movie magic. And once again, I just want to say that it is not haunted. So it's not haunted. They just say that to keep people out, which is good reason, because someone actually was trespassing at one point, and that person actually fell, and it didn't end well for them. So anyway, I'll show you some more pictures. So those are pictures of the back of the generating station, and some of those were actually from the front and the side. So once again, I just want to say that I was not trespassing. I was invited into the property line of the Hearn. Yes, it used to be an old generating station. The gentleman who saw me taking the video outside and let me in, drove me around on his little golf cart. So that's how he gets around. I thought that was just kind of interesting. So I just want you to see the different pictures that I took while I was there at the Hearn. And I would not recommend trespassing because he's not alone. There's other people there too. And I just wouldn't do it. So that's all I have to say about that. Now, this scene coming up, the one I'm going to show you a quick clip of, it's actually not in the book. However, it does need to be in the first episode, just so people who haven't read the book, All Systems Read by Martha Wells, the first book in the Murderbot Diaries series, so they will understand more about Murderbot. So, just what Murderbot is, how it was hired, and how Murderbot feels about itself. I know. So here's a clip.
Now, let's talk security. We need you to select a sec unit to take on the mission. This is the newest model available.
What's the one behind it?
That's a refurbished model.
Oh, look at that piece of crap. Oh, wait, that's me.
Which one's the least expensive? That one, but you get what you pay for.
True.
Now, like a lot of people, I was curious about the rise and fall of Sanctuary Moon. And like a lot of people, I was very, very happy to see that it was in the trailer. Apple TV Plus has clearly spent millions of dollars on the actual Murderbot series itself, and it spared no expense when it was doing the show within the show, The Rise and Fall of Sanctuary Moon. I will say that I absolutely love the logo. Purple is one of my favorite colors. I know I'm not wearing it today. However,
Wouldn't be so creepy if it didn't stand so still. Shh, you can hear us. What can't?
I could. I just didn't care. I was watching the entertainment channels on the company's satellites. I had watched 7,532 hours of content. Shows like The Rise and Fall of Sanctuary Moon.
Did you sleep with that bot? Stars, Captain.
Oh, what now?
Run!
In 5 seconds, we are introduced to 4 characters, 2 of whom are very well-known actors like John Cho and Clark Gregg. Now, I will say that their dramatic dialogue and their facial expressions set the tone for The Rise and Fall of Sanctuary Moon. Everyone's costumes in those 5 seconds are absolutely amazing. Of course, the set looks fantastic and the visual effects are just top-notch. Once again, Apple TV Plus did not spare any expense. So that part of the trailer might just be 5 seconds. However, I did the math on that, and I think it's about 9%, just over 9% of the actual trailer itself, which for a trailer to have a show within a show is actually huge. That means that, in my opinion, I hope I'm right, that Apple TV Plus has plans to have more in the Murderbot TV series, and at the same time I'm hoping that they will do a spin-off, because you never know. So fingers crossed, because that is once again a huge investment, so fingers crossed. Now that brings us to the music, or more specifically the song, which is called Stuck in the Middle with You. So Stuck in the Middle with You is actually by the Steelers Wheel, and it was released in 1972, so 53 years ago. And the song is actually just perfect, like absolutely incredibly perfect. I love it. I've always loved the song. And for anyone who doesn't already know, the song Stuck in the Middle with You is a parody of Bob Dylan's style, and it's about the music industry party. So it's really about this man who is stuck in between two people he does not want to be between, which of course is perfect for the TV series, because the lyrics that we hear in the trailer are everything that we need to know about the series Murderbot and Murderbot itself. So like how Murderbot feels stuck in the middle of the humans it must be with because it has a job to do, when really all it wants is to be watching the humans on Sanctuary Moon, because that is Murderbot's way of disconnecting from the humans who want to connect with him. Now, the way the song is played over the trailer also tells us that Murderbot series is going to be funny, lighthearted, and upbeat, which from the trailer, of course, that's what we can see. Now, I've left the best for last, and that is talking about Alexander Skarsgård as he is Murderbot. So in the season 1 trailer for Murderbot, we get to see Alexander Skarsgård's range of acting. I mean, like, the man is just literally incredible. So as Murderbot, he is funny and he moves like a robot. Now, which makes me actually kind of wonder if he has like maybe taken some time to watch robots move. Now, if it was anyone else, I would be asking if he went for what's called movement training. I've actually done that before, but you know, it's movement training is when they actually train you like how to move for certain things. Even as a background performer, we had to go and do that. But if it was anyone else, I would ask if they had movement training. But of course, because it is Alexander Skarsgård, I'm not going to ask because the man is once again fantastic. He's incredible. So his face is that of a robot, meaning like there's zero movement, so there's no facial tics, nothing. Now, I don't know how many people actually know this, but one of the hardest things for an actor to do is to be what is called be still. So be still is actually an acting term, and that means to like not move at all when people around you are picking things up, they're touching things, they're walking around, and they're talking. When you like to be still is actually very, very difficult. I would, challenge anyone who's watching this video to try to do it for like 1 to 5 minutes to be perfectly still, not move one like part of your body at all, and see how long you last. Because once again, it is like one of the hardest things for an actor to do. So I'm telling you this because Alexander Skarsgård, once again, does not move. And, he's doing that for literally hours every day that he is on set. And he is on set every day because he is, in every scene, because he is the star of the show, because he is Murderbot. So, so for every scene, for every episode, for 10 episodes, Alexander Skarsgård is just flawlessly robotic. I don't really know how else to say it. Once again, it's like very difficult, and I would challenge anyone to do that. So I just want to say a couple more things about that. Every time I see Alexander Skarsgård as Murderbot, I have to remind myself that he is actually a human, because like everybody else, somehow he's breathing, right? So once again, this is a testament to his acting abilities. The man is fantastic. But here's the thing, even though Murderbot is a robot, like a sec unit, we connect with it because of its one-liners and because all of its inner dialogue. So I'd like to thank Martha Wells one more time for all of your fantastic writing, because everything always begins with the writing. And I'd like to thank Chris and Paul Weiss one more time, because they are actually adapting the Murderbot Diaries books into the TV series Murderbot for Apple TV+. So I am very looking forward to seeing the TV series coming out on Friday, May 16th. We get 2 episodes, so don't forget to watch that on Apple TV+. The first episode is called Free Commerce, and the second episode is called Eye Contact. The third episode, which is called Risk Assessment, will be out on Friday, May 23rd. And I just want to say that, from the varying levels of energy that we see in the trailer, I can say that Murderbot TV series is going to be fantastic. Once again, Apple TV Plus has spent literally millions of dollars per episode, and all the sets are amazing, the costumes are amazing, and the visual effects, like, top notch. I've been on other Apple TV Plus productions, and I want to say that yes, I can tell you right now, Apple TV Plus does not spare any expense. If you want to purchase the Murderbot Diary books, I will leave a link for that in the description below. Just so you know, it will be from Amazon.ca, and I will receive a little bit of money from that, just so you know. At the same time, if you want, you can always purchase the books from the oldest sci-fi and fantasy bookstore in all of Canada. It's called Back at Phoenix Bookstore. I will leave all the information for that below, and of course, I'll leave the link for the video. It actually did do a video on that one. And yes, thanks again for watching Anna's Take with the Twist. I'm going to walk around, and if I find out what they're filming, I'm going to let you know. So thanks again for watching Anna's Take with the Twist. If you like today's video, like the video, of course, you can always leave a comment, and you can always subscribe. I really want to know what they're filming. Anyway, thanks again for watching Anna's Take with the Twist, and that's a wrap.